Stop what you're doing and look at the Dow Jones Industrials. We are about to see the first close above 48,000 for the very first time ever. Any gain will do it, but it sure is nice to see a 355-point jump here, especially on the back of yesterday's, oh man, what was it, 559-point gain? Big feelings about just a few minutes from now, the House will start to at least begin to tackle a vote that perhaps might reopen the government. Speaking of the government, the FDA just gave the green light to Thermo Fisher for its new Extent system. This is the test that helps doctors spot multiple myeloma, which is a type of blood cancer. Our countdown closer gives Thermo the green light as his portfolio pick, and there is an AI component. He's Gus Scacco, Senior Portfolio Manager at Advisors Capital Management, $12 billion in assets over there. Tell me about the AI connection and why you like Thermo Fisher.
If you looked at the last quarter, Liz, all of a sudden you saw a pop in sales, and it's not just something that's by chance. You've mapped a lot of the proteins that are out there. So when you're looking at discovering new drugs, this is the pickaxe and basically the new starting point for basically coming out with drugs. So you're going to see a lot more drug discovery that we're going to have over the next 3 to 5 years. And this is one of the companies that are helping that happen. Okay,
what do you predict for Thermo Fisher stock? Because as I look at it, it's actually done very, very well quarter to date, up 21%.
Mm-hmm. If you look at the beginning of the year and the expectations, we're exceeding those, and we think that you're going to get another ramp up in terms of outlook.
And this great debate about whether there's an AI bubble. I didn't even bother asking Lisa Su about whether there's an AI bubble, and here's why. They will say no. They're in the thick of it at the moment, and they're seeing billions and billions of dollars going into it. Where I see the real potential is applying it to biotechnology.
We're moving to the next step. It's not just biotech, but it's other areas. So we were talking about eBay a second ago. One of the reasons why we like it is now all of a sudden click-throughs because of AI are a lot easier. If there was a language problem, it's 20% of their sales, and now that no longer seems to be a big factor, so you're getting greater sale through.
Why did they lower their guidance for the holiday quarter, though?
They actually pulled it in, but they had raised guidance the prior quarter, and they beat expectations in terms of this last quarter.
Well, Jamie Iannone has pushed very hard, the CEO over there, to implement AI. All right, we are on the verge of the second record in a row for the Dow, but perhaps maybe more importantly, first close above 48,000. What does that tell you from a standpoint of how long the bull market continues?
Well, I mean, everyone's waited for this to kind of turn, and it hasn't in terms of on a down. I'm waiting for a bad market for the last 4 years. It hasn't happened.
I know, makes you wonder.
But listen, you ended up having 13% growth in earnings in this last quarter. People were expecting 7.5, and we're expecting that to actually accelerate as we get into next year. It's margin improvement from productivity gains, and we're looking at just revenues starting to take off again.
And again, with the generator of energy coming from AI, like the internet, there does come a point where race cars need to refuel. They take a pause and they need to refuel. Do you see any of that coming?
Not in the short term. And you're hearing from the data centers that the build out is 1% of GDP. And we're hearing from the companies that they're seeing actually improvement. Depends on where you sit, though, in terms of the consumer economy.